Christine Lagarde does not sit back and relax. She takes life by the wheel and she steers herself in the right directions. She's always had drive and she's constantly achieving more. The International Monetary Fund blog space shares that Lagarde is the current managing director of the International Monetary Fund. She ran for this position for the first time in 2011 and was then re-elected in 2006 for another 5-year term. Before she took this position, she was the French finance minister for 4 years. She's always held the top roles in the businesses that she's a part of, and she was elected chairman of the law firm Baker & McKenzie in the year 1999 and maintained that position until 2005. This woman should be an inspiration to us all. Her hard work and dedication to herself and her job positions was not easy to create and even more difficult to maintain. However, like all of us, she had to start somewhere, but as we all know, with success comes failures. There's no successful person who has gotten where they are without some failings and shortcomings. Kristen was born on January 1st, 1956, and it seems like ever since that day, she's held executive positions. The Guardian shares more about her childhood. As a child, she was a member of the French Girl Scouts, or Girl Guide Leader, as it is commonly referred to in France. And this is of little surprise. Her strict leadership style and her discipline to achieve her goals was nurtured as a child by this organization, and it serves her well today. However, with her strong leadership, she's naturally strongly opinionated. She is quoted as saying, "When men are left alone, they tend to make a mess." With this mindset, she strives to put herself in positions where she can help her associates and her co-workers. She has 3 younger brothers, and she was raised in a strong Catholic environment with the 3 of them. They learned independence, manners, culture, and the value of learning, and that's something that stuck with Lagarde and her brothers throughout life. As an adult, she traveled to America, and she claims that it changed her life. The culture changed her, and the way that we manage our businesses changed her opinions. She stayed in the States a short while, and then moved back to Paris to obtain her law degree. After graduation, she came back to the U.S. and started her career at Baker & McKenzie. In the year 1999, she became the first woman head of that company. In 2005, she moved back to France and took up her first government job, and within 48 hours earned herself a scolding from the head of the company by claiming that the labor laws in France were complicated and a drag on the economy and they needed to be changed. In her adult life, and through Wikipedia, we learn that in November 2009, the Financial Times ranked her best Minister of Finance. Her dedication brought her to this place, but she was ready and desired to achieve more. By 2014, she had made such big waves in the financial and political world that she was ranked in the top 5 of the most powerful women in the world by Forbes, and then again in 2017, she was ranked top 8. Furthermore, Quartz, a news outlet, shares an article about her trials and her court appearances. Back in 2018, Lagarde authorized an executive compensation of 42 million American dollars, about 402 euros, to pay out Bernard Tapie from the state fund. And she was found guilty in the case. She did not pay a fine, and she did not pay jail time either. This case shows and resonates with us because it tells us that successes don't come without failures. Regardless of this scandal, The Guardian shares that the French President Nicolas Sarkozy has described her as a woman of great qualities. Nevertheless, Lagarde has few flaws. Every position in the public eye has made a mistake, and every politician has done the same. And if they have not, their scandals have not been revealed, they will be brought to light in the future. Lagarde is not the most feminine role model. Quartz tells us that she believes men should not hold positions of power, and if all positions of power were held by women, there would be more peace and less war. She's also quoted in The Guardian as saying that women should avoid gender-dominated environments, where men have a tendency to show how hairy-chested they are, compared to the man sitting next to them. There should never be too much testosterone in one room, she says. Regardless of her sexist views, she is still a hard worker. She's never settled and has always strived to be better than her previous self. In conclusion, throughout all of her successes, she strove for better things for herself and her future. However, even with all of her fame and her dedication to her job, she became caught up in the power that she receives. and she made mistakes, as humans commonly do. Christine Lagarde does not sit back and relax. She takes life by the wheel and she steers herself where she wants to go. She's always had drive, and she's constantly searching and looking to achieve more.